Hello, testing, nice and loud. How is everybody today? Awesome. So today we are talking about how you're going to grow your business using digital marketing and how are you adapting to life in the new norm. So everybody good? You ready? You've got your pen and your paper. I'm going to be giving you all the top channels that you need to focus on to take your business to the next level. I'm putting the power in your hands to grow your business. Now, the reason I own a digital marketing agency is because it's time consuming. It's not difficult necessarily. I mean, the first time you open MailChimp and you start loading your lists, you're going to want to beat your head against a wall. But the second time it's easier. And the third time it's even easier. And the fourth, you're doing it in your sleep. So it is time consuming, but if you have time and you don't have money, then this is all you need to be focusing on. Okay. So digital marketing in the new normal, or actually more specifically, running a business in the new normal, growing a business in a new normal, and thriving. I want you to thrive. Okay. So a little bit about me. My name's Kohlstadt. I started my digital agency, Shift One Digital, 9 years ago. And it was born out of a retrenchment, a failure. So you sitting here and you tense. There's failure is knocking at your door. The money's running out. I want you to just loosen up. Loosen up. Get that fear out of you. Because from terrible situations, greatness can arise, just like our hero, Nelson Mandela. Terrible things happened, but he became great because of his mindset, okay? So keep your mind positive, keep your mind focused on, I can do this, I can do this, I will do this. So I started my business when I was retrenched. I had no contacts in Cape Town. Not even one. Why did I do it? In hindsight, not the greatest idea. Okay, but I scratched my way to where I am now, and I'm loving that I made the leap. Entrepreneurship for the win. So I started life as a marketing manager. I worked in corporate hell for many years. I paid my dues. I've been fired. I've been hated. I've been hunted like an animal. I've been played, and I'm like, play the ball, and I'm being played. I'm like, can we play the ball? I'm watching this awesome show on basketball. I don't know if you guys have Netflix, and you're watching the Michael Jordan, and the people are playing him, and they're not even playing the ball. They're taking him down to the ground. That man has fight in him, and he's like, I will win. So I started life as a marketing manager. I got my skills. So it's important you've got some skills. And if you don't have skills, you're in the process of acquiring skills. If you're very young and you're sitting here and you're just hungry and you've got drive, that's cool because you've got hunger and you've got energy. So use that to your advantage until the skills come, and be reading those books because you can learn from people who've already gone ahead of you. So I started my company, and I have actually got another company called the Digital Marketing Academy, where we do teaching and training because I love to teach. And I've actually started building my own brand out, Kohlstadt, which is something that I will also touch on a little bit more. But we do full service social media, digital marketing, the whole shebang. And even though I'm a marketer by heart, I realize that digital marketing is the most cost-effective way to grow your business. But don't neglect the traditional marketing. A flyer can work. So events work, and but also what works is ads on Facebook and ads in Google. That works if you need customers. So I've got a couple of customers along the way. Okay, so thanks COVID-19 for ruining everything. How many of you were actually starting to feel good about yourselves? You were starting to get comfortable, and then whoppa to the ground. Smashed. So I think it hit everybody. There are very few companies out there that have not been hit. So we we've all had to just adapt our mindsets and become flexible. So COVID-19 changed everything. What did it change? Everybody's now at home. Everybody is online. And there's no advantage to somebody having an office in Sweden over me if I'm trying to get a Swedish customer, because they can't be face to face. So thank you, COVID, because now suddenly all your customers are online. Everybody very quickly is now comfortable using Zoom. And you are now a global business, 100% sitting there. Whatever you sell, you are global right now. I don't care what you sell, you're global, because your customer does not want to see anybody face to face because they don't want to catch COVID-19. Okay? So change your mindset and let's start thanking COVID for changing everything. Because once you've adapted and realized, okay, who are the customers that I want that are thriving now? I can't be helping the customers who are starving now. I need to find the customers of the future who can handle the next pandemic. So you're going to be a better business. Let's build better businesses. I'm now targeting the companies that have not been knocked by COVID because they're slightly stronger. Look, I don't know when the volcano comes, when the earthquake comes, you know, the tsunami. I don't know what else 2020 has in store for us, but at least for another pandemic, I will be strong. Okay, so let's adapt to the new normal because it is a rapidly changing world. You got to be flexible. You got to be flexible. Okay, be loose. Your customer has changed, and so now you must change. So I need to know very, very clearly, who is your customer? And who was your customer that is now no longer your customer? So you got to let that go, Louis. Let it go. Let it go. Okay, so I'm going to focus on 3 questions for this session. When I meet a new client, I ask them 3 questions. I ask them, what are your goals? So write it down. What are your goals? What do you need to achieve as a business? Are you clear? I need this, I need this. And you can start broadly speaking as a business and then narrow it down to your marketing and your sales function. What do you need? What are your goals? And then the next question I always ask is, who is your customer? Because if you tell me who your customer is, I can tell you if I can find them for you. And the third question I ask is, how much money can you spend? If I have those 3 questions answered, I can put together the right plan for you. I can say, right, you've only got 2,000 Rand a month and you're trying to reach CEOs and you need to get appointments with CEOs. Yes? All right, LinkedIn. You're going to spend 1,000 Rand of that month on Sales Navigator. You're going to spend that other 1,000 Rand on coffee. And you're going to spend all your time on LinkedIn connecting to CEOs and messaging them. Or maybe you can spend that 1,000 Rand on a freelancer to help you make nice content for your profile. So when they connect with you, you look like a thought leader and not like just some muhu off the streets. They got to see that you're an expert in what you do. So whatever it is that you do, I need to know you're an expert when I connect to you on LinkedIn. You know, show off a little, be a little bold. You don't have to be humble anymore. You know, talk about yourself, because one day you're going to write that book. You're going to have that TV show, your radio show. So let's start to position yourself as the thought leader that you are. So let's start with question number 1. What are your goals? And because I'm a marketing manager, I'm a digital marketer, I'm your digital marketing manager, I'm your strategic consultant. I'm going to start with probably the biggest goal in the room is I need more customers. I need to make more sales. Am I right? How many of you, and you watching from home, put up your hand, do you need more customers? You need more sales. Is anybody sitting here and you're like, I'm good? Good. Okay, so let's talk about that a little bit in a minute. Question number 2, who are your customers? So your customers have changed. A customer-centric business will do better than a product-centric business. So stop thinking I must sell more of this and start thinking, how does this thing that I sell solve that need in that customer? Whenever I sit in front of will buy from you. Events are the best way to show your expertise, and you have to do it virtually now. So Zoom is your next best friend. And email. Now Poppy Act is here just to make things harder. So if you don't start right now getting everyone to opt into your database to say, please email me, you're going to have to do it at some point. So start now. But email is a fantastic way of getting customers. Believe me. These channels will build relationships, trust, and a brand. You can't neglect them because they're not giving you sales. Now, social media will not necessarily bring you customers. So if you're doing the social media because you want the customers, it's because you don't understand that it's called social media, not sales media. So social media is about building a social connection with your customers. And it's not necessarily relevant that you're on all the platforms. If you're a business brand and you're serving businesses, LinkedIn is your brand. LinkedIn is your Facebook. LinkedIn is Tinder for businesses. But not really, because the guy actually did email me from LinkedIn and it was so inappropriate. Okay, so these are the channels that you need to be working. So this is Instagram TV. You don't have to use it, but you know, the warm, fuzzy things to show people why they need to follow you and to give them inspiration and to give them a sense of authenticity and trust in your brand. That's what social media does. Okay, so which channels to focus on for increased sales? If you need sales fast, you're going to switch on the ads. So Facebook ads, you can switch them on. Now, Facebook ads don't work for every business. We've tried them for businesses that have a product that is of very low value, and you can get some customers in. But once you add in my fee, my staff's fee, and the management fee, they just stop breaking even. But if you're selling a slightly more expensive product, Facebook is for you. So the ads are really cheap and you can reach a huge audience. What you need to do is set up your audience very, very carefully when you're creating your Facebook ad. You can even target rich people on Facebook ads. Did you know that? You can say, show this ad to the people that have got money. Yeah. That's cool. And you can say, just show it to these dog lovers in this area who have dogs. You can literally even say that. Anything, Facebook knows everything about everybody. Everything. Did you know that if you sign into an app using your Facebook logins, it tracks you on that app? It knows what you're doing on other apps. So Facebook is amazing for ads. Google search. If you have a product that people are searching for in Google and typing in, you should take out some search ads. And some people type in quite long sentences. You can make your ad show for the long sentences, which are cheaper. You know, if I just go leather handbag, I'm competing against Superbalist, I'm competing against all the top brands out there. But if you say organic leather handbags, Cape Town, nobody's really bidding on that word, and it might be cheaper for you, maybe 8 Rand a click, maybe 10 Rand a click. So you just need to get 1 or 2 customers, you've paid for that whole ad campaign. So Google ads are very good. Social ads, meaning Facebook ads. And then Facebook's got a cute little ad called a lead generation ad. People actually say, yes, please, I am interested in your service. Here is my email address. Please contact me. How cool is that? So you see an ad on Facebook. It says, I sell this. Are you interested? And people who are interested say, yes, contact me, please. I mean, really, you should all switch on your lead generation ads right now after this talk when the next speaker is on. Okay, and then definitely be focusing on your website. Look, you don't need a website to start a business. I often say to my entrepreneurs, first make money, then get a website. You know, because you don't want to be spending money building a website and then you've wasted all your time, energy, and effort in building a website when you should have been getting customers. So when I started my business, I built my own website using one of those free builders. It looked terrible. And I designed my own logo. I was so proud of it. It is so disgusting. You've never seen such an ugly logo in your life. And all my friends and family said it was beautiful. That's why never trust your friends and family. They are liars. And do a Squarespace website, do a Wix website, even have a Facebook page as a website, an Instagram page. You don't need a website to start a business. Don't let anything stop you. But if you do have a website, if you write articles and add pages, at least 1 or 2 a month, it will start to do better. If you haven't yet bought your website domain, go and buy your website domain, your URL, www.whateveryoudo.koza.com, because those things are selling out and it's going to be gone when you want it. So go and buy those domains, and also your Instagram handles for that name, go and register that account. Because when you want it, it'll be gone, and then you have to do some weird version. Somebody else is sitting on your handles. So register all those things. Email marketing, LinkedIn social selling is literally just you being on LinkedIn, messaging me, trying to flog what you do to me. I did it the other day for my business. I thought, you know what, I'm going to try it and see. I tell everyone to do it. Let me actually do it. I messaged a guy. He said, and the guy just replied, no. I was devastated. I had said to him, we're the best digital marketing agency based in Cape Town, advantage of the rand, great work. We're probably way cheaper than your current agency, wherever you are. And he just replied, no. I was crying and so hurt. And then I replied to him to say, thank you so much for your brutal feedback. I'd love to know why. And then he's like, those are the worst pitch ever. Tell me what you do different. What are you going to do for me? The stuff I tell you what to do, for me to do it myself. So being in your business, you're so close to your business, it's so hard to see. That's why you come to these sessions, so we can tell you how to do it. Now you must ask me if I'm doing it for my own business. So what he said was so invaluable. I didn't get him as a customer, but I completely pivoted my pitch. Now I'm saying to people, we can guarantee a 1 to 9. You spend 1 rand, you're going to get 9 rand back return on investment on your Google ads when you run your ads through us. And we've got case studies in your industry. And now I'm getting people going, I'm interested, please call me. So selling and messaging on LinkedIn works, but try and research the person before you do it. Take a little bit of time. Webinars work, and video. How many of you are comfortable in front of the camera? Okay, good. So you have your beautiful, unique personality. You are the face and the name behind your brand. There's nothing wrong with creating some posts on Instagram, creating some posts on Facebook, talking to the camera so that your customers can get that authenticity from you. You know, a lot of our entrepreneurs try and hide away, and they don't want to be like, they want to be invisible. But can I tell you the most crazy fact? When I look at the Google Analytics from websites, the second most clicked on page always after the home page is the About Us page. Now, as a web designer, well, we design websites. I used to put that About Us just before Contact Us. So we'd go home, product, services, whatever, blog, About Us, Contact Us. But when I realized that, as much as it annoyed me, I move, every website we design goes home, about, and I want to see a photo of you, even better, a video. I want to see some sort of bricks and mortar. I want to know your painful story. Don't just say some cold brand story. I want to know your name. Well, you don't have to give your name necessarily, because you may want to be confidential. So you can just say, this business is founded by a group of people, but try to be, because I know in some places you don't literally want people to know who you are. Slower sales, but still will give some sales, is, you know, creating social media content on Facebook and Instagram, writing articles, creating flyers, and Facebook groups. Guys, let me pause very quickly. Facebook groups, not a page, a group. And along with it, its best friend, Facebook Live video. So whatever you do, I want you to put high on your radar to start a Facebook group for that biggest segment of customer that you serve. Whatever they are, start a little group. Now it means that you have to start putting content up on that group. But the goal is, imagine you can have a community of people who love what you love. You happen to have a product that solves their problem. And now you create, let's say you sell medication for irritable bowel syndrome. And you create an irritable bowel syndrome South Africa Facebook group. And everyone who has IBS is on this platform saying their things. And you are not plugging your product. What you do is on a Monday, you've got this herbal specialist doing a live Facebook on your group. On a Tuesday, you've got an actual doctor. On a Wednesday, you've got a naturopath. Thursday, you've got a physio person to talk about the role of body and health. And then on a Friday, you might actually have someone from your company talking about your product on live Facebook groups. Your group will go through the roof. You're adding value to a community. You are giving, you are being generous. I wrote a blog on our website called The Paradox of Generosity. By giving away, by sharing, by being generous. Like Nike built a soccer stadium in Soweto for free every single day. 3,000 kids and community members are off the streets playing their free soccer clinics. They're starting with their customer when their customer is 5, 6 years old. They're giving their marketing budget not to billboards, not to big glossy magazines. They're giving their marketing budget to their communities, and they are raising fans, absolute fans of their product, more than just loyal customers. They are people who will never be disloyal to the brand because of what the brand has done for them. Now that's taking a long-term view on your customer. Would you like to ask a question?
A lot of the people here are admins and community social groups.
Ah.
This is a great opportunity for you to start optimizing and influencing those groups to actually do more entrepreneurial things, like residents, moms groups. You guys can actually render your influence and actually focus those groups into more entrepreneurial and be more specific. Because I know groups get to be wild and go crazy, and but then create rules so that everybody is specific. So this is
You could get speakers to speak about, starting a small business, setting up your finance, getting customers. Like me, you could get me on your group to chat, exactly to the point, add value to those customers, and then they will hopefully buy from you. And keep harvesting those email addresses. Now, a lot of your customers may not have email addresses, but they will have cell phone numbers. And so you can be WhatsApping them, you can be SMSing them, you can be emailing them. The only problem is there's a lot of change. Some people forget this and they get stolen, this gets blocked, this. So you have to almost constantly be cleaning those lists. But it's another way of reaching people. If you go onto a Facebook group that I created, because I did take my own medicine, I created a Facebook group called Digital Marketers Unite on Facebook. And during COVID lockdown, level 5, I was releasing free webinars teaching on email marketing, Instagram, website design, the whole shebang. And one of the talks is on email marketing. And I actually show you how to use MailChimp to create mailers, and go and check out those videos. I even did one on how to design an effective website. So your website design, as I said to you earlier, you don't necessarily have to have a website, but if you do have a website, you want to turn people from tourists into residence. You want people to not just flit through your website, you want them to stay and buy. So there are certain principles of website design best practice that you need to follow, and go and join the Facebook group, Digital Marketers Unite, because one of the videos I did was also covering website design, which we really don't have time to unpack now. But there's certain principles that you need to follow, because what works very well with your advertising is pushing people to a specific page where they do something. And that's why I've got websites up here, because if you run an email campaign or an SMS and there's a link and they go somewhere and they buy something or they do something or they sign up for something, that can be quite effective. But there's a specific science to building landing pages that get people to do the thing that you want them to do. So you can just Google best landing page design, and there's 40,000 blogs out there on how to create a good landing page. But that's if you want people to do something or send them somewhere. You want to send them to a place where they're going to give you their contact details. Maybe you give them something like a free download or an ebook or something interesting as a value add. You give them a free video to watch, and in exchange, they give you their contact details. And then you keep on emailing them until they buy from you. So for those of you who are going slightly higher grade in your digital marketing, and you have a website and you're busy driving people to those websites, even if you're not doing the thing that is called remarketing, which is basically you go on takealot.com and then you go on News24, and everything you looked on at Takealot is following you on News24. Have you seen that? That's called remarketing. So Takealot's website places a little thing called a cookie on your browser. And when you visited the website, you said, okay to cookies. And so now everything you looked at follows you around the internet. So even if you are not using remarketing, but you plan to at some point enable the Facebook pixel, the Facebook cookie, and the Google cookie called a pixel. Enable them now, because once you decide to start using them, you have to have built up 1,000 visits before you can use them. And it may take a while. I don't know how much traffic you have, but it may take a while to start. You can't just switch it on. You got to build it up. So if you've got a low number of visitors, you want to place the cookies now so that you can start hunting people with ads, especially the ones who were on your website, because they were there. They must have been interested. So you can follow them around with a banner saying, hey, come back, right? Very, very effective. So people usually buy after, sometimes up to 18, 20 times being exposed to your brand, at a minimum 12 to 15. Now I emailed you, you emailed me back, and then I stopped hearing from you. You're like, oh, she didn't want to buy it. Yeah, it wasn't the right time. And then I kind of forgot about you. So you're not emailing me. You don't call. You don't write. I forgot about you. I moved on. So it's your job, entrepreneur and marketer, to keep reminding me. And remarketing is a very good way of doing it. So people don't buy because of one thing. They don't buy because they saw that one mailer or that one ad or that one search ad or the one Facebook ad. They buy because they saw it all. They saw 15 things, and then they went to Google and Googled you. They saw a whole bunch of stuff, and then they saw some ads, and then they saw some organic stuff, and then they clicked, and you think, oh, they clicked on the remarketing banner in News24. Yes, that banner is doing such a good job, and it's not. It's a holistic digital journey, maybe even some physical. They saw your flyer, they saw you guys at that event, and so it all adds up. That's why we're saying you should be wallpapering with this. That's what we call this integrated omni-channel 360-degree digital marketing and marketing approach, is hit them everywhere with every platform, wallpaper them. A company that does it super well is a company called Web Africa. When Web Africa launched fiber, they were the underdog in South Africa, in Cape Town specifically. But they had a strategy of wallpapering the suburb, literally. They had guys in sandwich boards. They had the truck driving around with the trailer. They took the lamp posts. They put up the lamp posts. They did flyer drops. They got the cheap people to do the cheap flyers. Then they got the expensive people with the iPads to the knocking on the doors. And then they still did Facebook ads over that area. Boom, like this. And they did this across every single suburb that was going live with fiber, and they became the biggest fiber sellers in South Africa at that point. So it works, but geez, was it a production. It's a huge job and it is expensive, but you can do it inexpensively. You know, a lot of the Facebook ads are not expensive, flyers are not expensive, and dropping them at people's doors is not expensive. Email marketing is not expensive. It all just takes time. Okay, so that's how you're going to pull it all together. Somebody clicks on an ad or a banner ad or a Google ad, they land on your landing page, and then they get emails following them up. And these should be automated. You don't even have to necessarily do these manually. You could even have this automated going out. And then you keep building this relationship with your social media. Maybe someone's calling them. Maybe you have events. You keep building the relationship. And eventually they buy from you. And you just keep optimizing and tweaking and optimizing and making it better and better and better and improving it, improving your message, improving your sales. And eventually you have got more customers. So that's what we call lead nurturing, which is where you get the inquiry and you follow up on the inquiry. So don't neglect the people who have ever emailed you or the people who are reaching out for quotes. Keep messaging them back saying, hey, do you need me? No, I don't need you. Okay, cool. 6 months later, hey, do you need me? No, I don't need you. Cool. And then 3 months later, they need you. And who do they call? Ghostbusters. 80% of people buy after the 25th contact. So keep on trying. And don't be afraid of the cold calling. Somebody called me the other day. Hi, my name's Nelson. I'm like, hi, Nelson. He's like, I want to be an intern by you. I'm like, okay, cool. We don't have any vacancies. He's like, cool. He sends me the CV. The next day, we're like, oh, we need an intern. I called Nelson because everybody else emailed the CV, but Nelson called. So Nelson's now, hi, Nelson. Nelson's now working for us because he picked up the phone. And I know there is an aversion to picking up the phone because I sometimes see with my staff, they want to send the emails. And I'm like, pick up the phone, pick up the phone. Like you picking up the phone, hounding me 40,000 times to be here, not relying on email. Yeah, people want to hear your voice and they want to know your vibe. So that is the power that brings all this digital stuff back to physical, real people, is the phone call. If you're in a small space and you can actually afford to reach out one-to-one to your customers. And obviously, as I said, LinkedIn is the shiz because it's a huge, big directory. Any customer you are looking for is on LinkedIn, and you can just search on LinkedIn. It's amazing. You can search anyone at any company, find them and message them. It's that easy. And you need to be optimizing your LinkedIn. So spend some time building your own profile. And so I encourage you to follow me and to copy me, because a couple of years ago, I started building my own profile. I was like, okay, number one, let me see how hard is it to get a following on social media. Number two, let me see what happens if I create my brand almost as an influencer in this space. What will happen? What will happen? I don't know. What will the outcome be? So copy me and then find your own way. I copied Gary Vaynerchuk. Go and follow Gary V. He's awesome. And Casey Neistat, all these awesome guys. So you just create your own content and start to position yourself as the thought leader that you are and create yourself as a brand, because people buy from people. more than they buy from brands. And people want to know what makes you different, and probably nothing makes you different than yourself. You're the only thing that's different. I'm another digital marketing agency. What makes me different? What makes Shift One different? Dylan Kohlstadt and my team of people, our personalities, our experience. And that's okay. You are what makes your business different. And so it's about celebrating your story, all those crappy things that happened to you in your childhood. There's no shame in that. That's your story. Be honest about it. Find your tribe of people who will resonate with your story and who want to know how you triumphed, because it motivates and inspires them. Thank you, guys. You've been amazing. Please do follow me on Instagram at Dylan Kohlstadt, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube. I'm not on TikTok. You've been amazing. Thank you for this opportunity to be with you. And thank you so much. Are there any questions? Yes, ma'am.
How did you get so good at talking?
Ah,
Learn that.
practice.
So need to learn
She does practice.
Oh, it's just you need to practice. Yeah. Thank you, though.
Great. Thanks so much. I don't think we can really
We've got no
take
time.
questions.
Okay. Email me.